Yo, welcome to another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. You know how we do. I got the Fly Show. Welcome back to another season, man. Thank y'all for watching the show. Thank y'all for leaving the comments, man. We had a crazy season last season, so again, I appreciate it, y'all. So you know how to start the season off correct. Had to bring one of y'all favorites in, man. So keep putting them comments in. Tell me who y'all want to see. And, well, y'all gonna put the comments in anyway, so let me get it going, man. I ain't gonna waste no time. We ain't gonna do no formalities. We're getting right to it. The guest of honor is here, the one and only Mr. George Wallace.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. How y'all doing? All 200 people. You got a great crowd.
Thank you.
How y'all doing? Good.
Well, this is season 6. You know, we're doing it right.
What a blessing. 6 seasons?
Yes.
You're doing well, man. That's great. I'm happy for you, by the way.
I never hear you say that.
I won't say it in front of people, but, you know, I'm telling you in front of your face. When we go on a real TV show, then I'll
You a
say
cold
it. But right
piece.
now, while we're here,
Use a cold piece.
Room.
Use a cold piece.
Yes, I'm trying to tell you. But I feel good. Thank you so much.
And you look good. The teams, the basketball teams, are them real teams since it's not on real leather?
Oh, my God.
I don't know. Those
I
real
know one team on here ain't real. The Atlanta Hawks. I can tell you that. That's a bird that cannot fly. I don't give a damn. One thing I know for sure, I'll bet you everything I own that the Hawks won't make playoff round 3.
Oh, yeah.
You got to pay some money. I mean, you got the young kid on there, Mr. Young.
Yeah, he good. He good.
He's good, but he needs some help, man. You know, it's just like my son, LeBron James. He can't win it by himself.
You said your son.
He is my son. Check out Akron, Ohio. Ask him who his daddy is. He'll tell you.
Ooh, you was around there in 1980,
I went to University of Akron, 90. You know.
What? He was born 85?
I was born before that, but, you know, because I'm his daddy.
Really? Boy, you sharp today. Looking too.
I wish you were sharp.
I got my leather on. You know how I do with
leather. That's pleather. I did a movie with you 30 years ago. You were wearing fake pleather then. You got on pleather right now.
Man, you better ask somebody. This is sheepskin.
The only thing you seen in the sheep was skin. Trust me.
Easy. From the back? Don't do that. I wasn't on a farm.
Nah.
That jacket is thinner than some condoms I've had on them, okay?
I'm sure. They don't even make condoms. You ever seen the numbers you ever seen the numbers on a condom?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I wrote it down far enough.
Okay.
Brother, don't do me like that now. That jacket is made by...
We did that joke 20 years ago, huh? You ever seen the numbers on... Look at the young people and young men.
They ain't got it.
All right. What I'm talking about.
I know. That jacket is made by Trojan.
Don't you worry about that.
Okay.
I wish it was like a...
And Glad, a trash bag. But no, you look good. It looks good on you, okay? On you.
Well, go ahead and talk. I don't care who gets the laughs.
All right. You like my father. You know what I'm saying?
I would never be your daddy. If I had a dog that looked close to you, I would never be your... What was that joke? If I had a dog as ugly as you, I'd shave his ass and make him walk backwards.
Damn. Okay. All right now. All right.
That's one of the original ones.
Okay. Well, let's talk about a couple of things. We got the TV show's phenomenal. It's going out, so we're gonna get to that. But before that, we're gonna talk about. First of all, I've been seeing you going viral. You was on my man Godfrey. Shout out to my man Godfrey's podcast.
Yeah.
And my girl Yamanika.
Yeah,
you called her a man.
I
You thought she was a dude.
No, I never said that.
What did you say? You said him. And they were like, no, that's a her.
No, I never said that. Something is confused there, but I would never make a mistake like that. I would never call
it. It's been made before. I love Yamanika.
Because, I've been to classes, all of those, we call it pronouns, especially since I'm doing my new TV show.
Right.
I've been to all of those classes on sexual identification and things like that.
We're going to get in. I got a couple of good questions. And we got some fun today. We got some real fun today.
Well, I'm here to have fun. That's what it's all about.
All right, we're going to do fun and we're going to do a little quick topic.
If you cut me off one more time, I swear to God, I'm going to bust you up. That's what old people say. I'm going to bust you up.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Ready? All right, now. We're going to do a little heavy topic, then we're going to go right into your situation with the show. So let's talk about the last time you were here, you and I was champion for our girl, and she didn't win. How do you feel now, man? You okay?
I'm okay.
Right.
Yes, because that's how we live in life. It happened. It's over. Even though I think something's shenanigans.
Okay, right.
Something happened there. I don't trust Elon Musk. Just tell you the truth. because of what happened. You see how the voting was, and Trump was saying, "Oh, we're going to win" before we even had the elections. And I think if you can send spaceships up and things like that, I think you can do something with the voting. You vote one way and it goes in another way. I think there was some
shenanigans,
some kind of technical.
I feel like it's President Musk right now.
Well, right now he is. I hope people stop. I know I'm going to get in trouble for saying this, but I hope people stop buying Teslas and sell your Tesla.
Right.
I hear people are actually going out and beating up and breaking Tesla windows if you own one and things like that.
Wow, now they should do that though. But yeah, I feel you.
They just don't like Elon Musk.
Right.
He shouldn't be walking in the president's office with his little badass boy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, even Donald Trump should have given him a backhand lick and slapped his ass in the next room.
The little boy said he wasn't president. Told him, "Shut up, you ain't the president." Now come on.
Did
he had
use
to hear that from somewhere.
Did he use the F word too?
Yeah.
You know, that's another thing I don't like. I guess because I'm an older man.
Right.
I don't like young kids cussing. Every time you see them on TikTok and Instagram, and they're trying to be cute, and the parents think they're cute. I don't like young kids cussing like 2 and 3 years old, saying the F word and S word.
Right.
You know, I cuss. I'm the best cusser in the world, even though I'm a Christian. But that's what makes me a bona fide Christian, because I cuss. Do all Christians cuss? I don't mean to change the subject, but
behind closed doors they do. If they're making love, they do.
You always.
Ooh, what the fool? You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure they don't say Jesus when they're doing it. No. So everyone curses.
That is so good for my church members to hear. Oh, y'all cuss.
Right.
You know why I know you cuss? Because you got kids. You got these little babies running around here, and you can't have babies without cussing before they come.
I know that's right. I know.
You can't have babies cussing before they come.
I know that's right. Damn. But you know what I found out? I felt like this. I'm not going to say everybody, because there's some Trump supporters out there. But I felt there was a lot of hate going on, dude. There was a lot of mean people from the Trump side to say some of the stuff they were saying. They won the election. I get it. But I felt a lot of visceral meanness to it. I was like, good Lord. Is that people? I didn't think they were even that mean. I think they were just tired. I think a lot of people were just tired, and he came and you got to get on his side and say, you know what? I got shit to say. I'm mad. I'm pissed off. And this guy is a catalyst for me to talk the way I want to talk. And I think that's what happened a lot of times. So people
in the last 16 years, 17 years, I think Trump brought a lot of hate to this country. Not only to the country, to the world. He being president the first time, he has never been a nice man. And we live in New York City. I don't vote in New York, but I live in New York City. And all of the New Yorkers know Trump was a bullshitter from day one.
Right.
And you know why I know he's a bullshitter, right? Because that's what I do. That's what we do for a living. All bullshitters know each other.
Right.
I mean, we don't know each other.
But we know each
other. We know the habits. That's what we do. So Trump from day one, he's a crook.
Right.
He's done everything. If you can, what is wrong with America? America's gone crazy. How could anybody ever become president just by saying, grab him by the pussy?
Right.
You can't do that and go on to be president. But America has changed. And Trump brought all of this hate out.
Right.
There's hate. Now there's more hate. And it's just terrible. And there's hate. I know there's hate out because I look into my own heart. There's hate within me. Why it happened, I don't know.
Right.
I can't stand my friends. I lost a lot of friends. I don't
of
know
course,
about
a lot of people did.
I lost a lot of good friends.
I was surprised.
Because, if you voted for him, you was voting against me.
Ooh.
That's how I looked at it.
Okay.
And I don't like hate in any way, any form, any fashion. I just can't stand hate.
Right.
How could you vote against yourself? And some of these people are slowly right now happening in America, learning 2 days later after you start deporting people.
Ooh, they thought, see, one thing I'll say about this, he was smart enough to get people to believe that he wasn't talking about them. He's like, we gotta get the criminals out here. We gotta have the criminals, the immigrants who are criminals. But then a bill will come out that says immigrants. It ain't all criminals. It's all immigrants, and you are immigrant too. So the people who a lot of immigrants was thinking, I can vote. I get rid of them. Yeah, get rid of criminals. But the bill doesn't say we're getting rid of immigrant criminals only. You know what I'm saying? It would say immigrants or whatever who came illegally. Whoever came illegally. Let's say that
could include Elon, and it could include his wife.
Exactly.
If you dig into it,
That's what I'm trying to say. So that was kind of a little hoodwinky with the speech. So, but let me ask you a question. He's in now. So what are you hoping for the country now? He's in now.
I'm hoping people realize who they are and what they are, and the people that made a mistake, they can also have a clean slate. As you talk to me for the next year, I'm just going to be talking about the word clean slate, taking another look at yourself, your inner being, and who you are, and maybe you can start over and give a second chance. But I think Trump has done so much damage to the world. throwing tariffs on people for no reason at all. I think it should backfire on us.
That's what I was thinking about too, the tariffs, man. But I heard that we give out, other countries use more of our stuff than we use their stuff. So we use like maybe $1.2 billion worth of stuff from Canada, but Canada uses like $8 billion worth of our stuff. So they're gonna get hurt worse than we're gonna get hurt with them. You know what I'm saying?
Not necessarily. So as long as nobody should be getting hurt with these tariffs. Leave it as is. Okay. Let Canada be Canada. They're our friends. They're part of us, and Canada don't want to hurt us. As the prime minister of Canada said, he's doing it. He's hurting us, not Canada, but he is. And I just think we should leave it alone and stop hurting people. And
but isn't it supposed to be bringing more jobs in that we'll start building this stuff here?
If you got a job, how are you losing? You're losing jobs. It's getting rid of jobs. How are you bringing more jobs in?
But that's what the tariffs are supposed to say. We'll start building this stuff ourselves. That's what he's telling. That's what he's pitching.
It ain't going to happen in the 4 years that he's there. It ain't going to happen. Yeah. We were doing all right. Okay. First of all, we're doing all right without he trying to restructure the country.
Okay.
I mean, right now, Dow Jones is down.
Right.
Since he's been in office. I've lost tons of money. The money I've lost since he's been in office, you can live on.
Wow.
How about that?
I can buy more leather jackets
more
like
leather.
this?
Yeah. Oh. You can buy a lot of those. Those are on sale right now. You can get that jacket at Ross.
No, sir.
You can get that jacket at Ross. What's the name of the other
Ross?
cheap-ass place?
Burlington?
New and nearly new.
TJ Maxx,
all of that stuff. That jacket has a hole in it or the zipper don't work somewhere.
No.
I bet you
this is lambskin, brother. Lambskin, the best.
It ain't real lamb. They got fake lamb, too.
Damn.
Just like they got fake-ass meat.
I walked past a garbage truck the other day, and I saw that jacket hanging out.
I walked by the garbage truck the other day. I saw your mama working for your daddy.
Damn.
And he only makes $3 an hour. Damn. And all she can eat.
Really? You can do my mama like that, man? Let's move off mamas, okay, since we doing that. All right, this is kind of going to circumvent into what you're doing. You're cold, man. Listen, I love my mama.
I'm not going to do that joke, but
Don't do it.
I won't, but I'm not. Go ahead. But we're
talking about in a plastic jacket talking to a nigga who got a leather jacket on. Man, if you don't hush up with yourself.
Listen to me. The most important thing is for you.
Turn the heat off before it motherfucker melt in here. I'm sorry.
This place ain't got no heat. Hell, I came here in July. You didn't have no air. Well, you're lacking. Everything you need, you're lacking.
We have 3 months where it's comfortable in here, right between summer and winter.
You don't shoot those months.
You're not here. You're gonna burn up or freeze up.
But I'm happy to be here.
Right.
I'm happy to be here. In any case, what I hope for this country is for people to look at themselves and become a better person. When I was a kid in church, a minister said one time, "Everybody repeat after me," and then he said, "If everybody in this world was just like me, what kind of world would this be?" I never forgot that. And from that day, I always wanted to be a decent person. And I guess I'm super religious. I'm a good person. That's all I'm saying. And I wish everybody else were a good person.
Right.
And I just think the world would be better and easier if everybody just wanted to be a good person. Let's live, let live, love, laugh.
Right.
I said laugh, right?
Right.
Listen, love, live, and laugh, and lie.
And what?
I mean,
and
like
lie.
a white lie. Yeah, that's what I do for a living. I tell lies. If you ain't lying, you ever notice everything in life there's a lie associated with it? You can't, everything on television, there's a lie.
That's true.
Everything on television, you watch everything, except there's only 2 things that's real on television. There's zero coke and fake professional wrestling. That's the only thing that's real.
Really?
Zero coke. I made a mistake and bought a zero coke yesterday. I'm going to get in trouble because I live in Atlanta. And they tell me the truth. That's zero. Nothing. Zilch.
Really?
Nothing. You drinking brown water, dude. Nothing.
Damn.
I was so pissed off. Some people like it, I guess.
What was the last lie you told?
You look good.
Damn. You ain't mean that?
Look at you.
That's
Somebody
a little
get
lie.
a mirror. Get a mirror.
That was a little lie. That was
no white lie. That was the truth. That was the truth.
Well, I'm half white, so give me a half white lie.
If you bring that up one more time, you ain't half white.
Well,
get your I bet even your mama, your mama was white.
Yeah.
She used to tell you, get your black ass over there and sit down. Then when you was a baby, she said,
no, she said, nigga, come over here. Shit.
Your mama called me the N-word.
My mama married my father in the 60s, so, she had to be tough if that went down.
Be tough.
Yeah,
That's
that
cool.
went down.
Yeah.
That went down. That's crazy. But, okay, so let me ask you, this is the last question I'll get on this. The last thing I'll say on this is this. What would you say if in 4 years the country is in a great place, the better place it's ever been?
I just don't believe it's going to be. I hope it is. I hope it is,
right?
but I think it has a chance to
Right.
become a better place. 9 times out of 10 with the hate that's going on right now, it won't be better because the hate is growing.
Really?
And it's growing. Yeah, you see it every day. What's happening in life? In Congress yesterday, the chair just called disrespected a lady.
Right.
That you saw that and call her a different name than what she should be her title.
Right.
And so it's just hatred everywhere.
What's that guy named Al something? They got on his behind in Congress. Remember the black guy, light skin.
Oh, Mr. Green?
Yeah.
Al Green. How could you forget that name, Al Green? And I think the Democrats should have stood up and they should have walked out one by one when he gave his speech because it was all BS.
Yeah.
I'm trying not to cuss now because I want to be a better Christian.
Oh, too late now for you.
I want to be a better Christian. It's too late.
Yeah, you can't talk.
It's never too late. But you know what? I'm smart. I'll be thinking. I already asked God to forgive me for my sins of the future. So
Well,
you see,
if
whatever I do in the future, I already ask God to forgive me.
Well, he didn't forgive you for that jacket, so he ain't answering.
You know, if you talk about my jacket one more time, I'm gonna kick your ass right here on TV.
All right.
I mean, it ain't real television, but you know.
So we're gonna go into your show in a way like this. So the big thing is, do you understand what the DEI is and all that movement and so forth?
Yes, diversity, equality, and inclusion. Of course, we need that in life.
But I was told that it was really for jobs at over $100,000. Those are what's going to really affect the gays, the women, the white women and stuff. The people who work at Walmart, DEI ain't gonna mess with them. Yeah, them niggas and people at them low ass jobs. I heard really they were crying because of higher jobs, $100,000 and more. That was where it was really affecting white men not getting their jobs because more gays and whatever you want to call them, blacks and all that. That was hurting them. But the average person that watched my show, it ain't gonna affect them.
You're right. It's not going to affect them because there's not that many watching that show, first of all. So let's make that perfectly clear.
Damn.
So, but the few that are watching your show,
Right.
they're doing well, and we hope you do better with the economy, whatever your job is.
Right.
But people are losing jobs out there. People didn't have jobs, and that's why the black dollars do matter.
Yeah.
You see what happened to Target?
Target?
Yeah. And so when we start working with our dollars, they will listen to us.
We did that one day thing, but why would you be down to doing a whole week or a month of not shopping? By at least
I could go 6 months without shopping at Targets.
You
I've
do
done
it
it
all
already.
I see.
Except when I went to
All
get
that
a
shit,
jacket.
all that shit was
I went to
in
get
the
this
summertime.
jacket.
That was all summer sale you got on.
I bought this jacket at Target at Christmas. It was on sale day after.
Right. I think that come with a pack of toilet paper and a free jacket, I think.
But strong, ultra strong toilet paper,
There
not
it
just
is.
regular toilet paper.
There it is right there.
See?
Right. So with that being a DI, okay, so your new show, this is great. A lot of people have been talking about it. You've been, especially you, but everybody's been talking about it. So for those who don't know, it's called Clean Slate.
Yes.
It's basically where your daughter or your son left when he's 17 to go find his way, and came back, and you were excited about it coming back, but it came back as a transgender. The lovely Lorraine Cox is on it, right? And that is what Laverne. I'm sorry, Lorraine. Laverne Cox is on it, and that is COX is on the show, and it came back as your daughter. Well, somebody might not know how to spell it. I just want to make sure they get it COX.
Yeah.
How was you thinking it? Some people spell it differently. A couple more letters. So let's say what I got. Okay, so the lovely Laverne Cox.
I should get up and walk out of the show. That is my
I said her
co-executive
name.
producer.
Right, she's great,
Let me tell
fantastic
you,
actress.
Let's talk about how the show started.
Okay.
The show started. I wanted to reboot Sanford & Son.
Yes,
And
classic.
You know, I've been in the business a long time.
Yes.
And I knew Norman Lear back in 1993.
Okay.
And he wanted to do a show called 704 Hauser Street.
Oh.
704 Hauser Street is where Archie Bunker and Edith Bunker lived. But once they moved out, our black family was moving in. And John Amos, my good friend, he and his wife, he just passed away last year. They were moving in, and I was John Amos. Me and my wife was Jennifer Lewis.
Ooh,
now that's why I learned to
love
cuss.
it.
Let's just
yeah,
talk about
she's
the
the
show
queen
like
of that.
I
Shout
never
out to
knew
Judy.
that she could cuss so well.
It has a nice rhythm to it.
And she does it with class.
Yes.
Too. Yeah, she could call you MF. You know, I can't say the word MF.
I'll say it.
I use that Waka Flocka thing.
Right.
But Waka Flocka, yeah.
Right.
So, but normally I said he was rebooting every show, All in the Family, Maude, Facts of Life. I said, I want to reboot Sanford & Son. He says to me that that's the most difficult show to do. I said that, but I want to do it because I wrote for Red Fox. I know his mannerisms, and I got the white hair. As you know, you told me the last time I was on the show that I look like Lou Nail's mama with the hair.
Without a doubt.
So, but in any case, he said, well, go back and come back with a twist. And at the time, Orange is the New Black was the hottest show.
Yes.
And Laverne Cox, everybody was talking about her. I did not know her. I did not watch the show, but I knew her struggle. I knew her struggle.
Really?
Because I'm from Atlanta. When I was a little boy, I rode the back of the bus.
Okay.
Discriminatory practices against anybody since day one, I've hated that.
Right.
So I said, this sounds like a lady I want to work with. And we got the show, we put it together. She loved it. She came on board also as co-executive producer. And we made it work with the twist instead of Sanford and Son.
But hold on, you came up with the twist first, and then you looked for her, or how did?
Yes, I came up with the twist first.
Wow.
We looked for her, and then we went to Norman with the. Well, we went to Norman first. He says come back with the twist.
What made you think of the transgender twist, though?
I just told you, Orange is the New Black show at the time.
Oh, you saw that, and then you saw her.
I didn't see it. I just heard so many people talking about it, and she being Emmy nominated. I'm going like,
okay.
And that was a deep struggle, and I don't like anybody going through her.
Ah, nice.
Because in my head I've been embedded with, I grew up in Atlanta.
Segregation,
yeah,
all that stuff, right?
Dr. King's. I grew up with all of these people, Andrew Young, and learning about enjoying life and let people be who they want to be. And it was just a good idea because it's got to be a twist to something. And everything Norman has been controversial.
Right.
And I wanted to put that together. And sure enough, at the time, that was my idea, but I really didn't know how well it would be accepted from Norman Lear. He said, that's the craziest thing I've heard in my life, but I like it.
Wow. Yeah.
Everything he's done has been with a twist. So I'm kind of like the black Archie Bunker.
Right.
George Jefferson was the black guy also.
Spin off from
putting his opinions against whatever. So, but the show came together, and we put it together. We wrote it. We got it done. All of the writers. One great thing, all of those shows we talked about, all of the black shows, Good Times. Guess who was writing the show? White people.
Right. Sure.
This show was different because we wanted to do something different, especially Laverne Cox. She insisted that a third of the show be people from her community.
Nice.
I thought that was great.
Right.
We had the blacks. And you know what we learned about it? I'm talking about listening and learning and loving and laughing, watching the show. And in the writer's room, there's people from every walk of life, gay, straight, trans, whatever.
Right.
And that way, with the blacks, our voice is actually there on the table.
But that was a bold move for you to go that direction, because when you the show came up about 10 years ago.
7 years ago.
7 years ago.
We talked about that 7 years ago.
So for you to even think that would even work to go to somebody, because being a trans in a sitcom and on you know what I'm saying, that's
but
not
the climate
easy.
of today is also the climate of today is also a reason I came up with it. Like I said, I was watching the show and everybody was talking about it, and she being Emmy nominated, so she must be. That's a position to be in, that you fighting against all odds.
Right.
That's what you got to do. It's kind of like the work you do when you go on that stage. Right. Nobody like you. Nobody know who you are.
The booze and shit.
We got the toughest job in the world is being a comedian. So it's the same thing. Nobody can do what we can do. When I hear that phrase, if I can do it, anybody can do it, bullshit. Nobody can do what we can do. I can't do what your sound men are doing, or computer operators, or doctors. So we have a tough job. So this premise, this idea was really tough, and I knew it was tough. But it's not about, trust me, it's not about her life, my life. The show is about, let's bring up Al Green again, love and happiness.
Okay.
That's what the show is about. The show is about me promoting love. The show is about love from all directions. Right. As you can see, she left home because in real life, because she's transsexual or a trans person, because you don't want to use the wrong term in gender relation. But some kids leave home for drug abuse, some for child abuse. Right, sure. Whatever you leave home for, you can be that prodigal child and be returned home, and the parent or somebody that don't like you can have a clean slate, or you can have a clean slate. You can start over. You can have a second chance. That's what this show is all about, clean slate. And it's also about, if you watch 2 or 3 episodes, you forget about the sexual matter of the show altogether. You just know George has a daughter, and it's all about love. They're learning to live with each other. They're learning to live with each other. After she comes as a trans knocking on my door, I'm your daughter. My mouth is open for 2 weeks.
What
the?
That's funny.
I don't understand this.
But let me ask you this.
But let me say this. I don't understand where she came from. But then she told me she was a vegetarian. Oh, that's when hell broke loose.
Right. You had a problem. There's another scene I'm telling you that's pretty funny too.
That's what hell broke. I can handle the transsexual thing, but you a vegetarian, you don't come back around. That's some bullshit.
Right.
I want to tell everybody right now, all the vegans and vegetarians out there watching me right now, you gonna die on schedule just like everybody else.
Hell no.
That's all I want to say. Okay.
Hell no. They think if they'll eat meat, they're gonna last longer.
They can't even lift meat. That's why they need to eat.
Damn. You need protein, but they get protein from beans. They say you don't need vegetarians. Vegans say you're wrong. They don't need to eat those meats.
But you ever see them? They all look a little funny. Yeah, I said it to you. When you see me, just come up and say you're vegan because you can't swing.
Well,
you can't hit me.
I don't like when vegetarians talking about, I don't eat meat to kill the animals, I was like, yeah, but I like them leather shoes you got on.
See, there you go. But you know what? My job is to like everybody.
But you are a vegetarian because that's not leather, so you can. Okay. You believe
my job is to like everybody. I don't give a damn if you don't eat. I don't give a damn if you ever eat.
Damn.
Don't bother me. You can be a vegan, vegetarian, a no-eater, a Presbyterian. Right. What's the name of the one you just eat meat? Presbyterian?
No, not Presbyterian. Pescatarian.
You know, you same thing. They know what I'm talking about.
Right.
I don't give a damn. Just if you're happy, I'm happy. That's the kind of person I am.
There you go.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
You had this one episode where this is a black church. When you went to church and the pastor wouldn't give her, at the end, a lot, for those who haven't seen it, but, at the end, you got a black church, at least they hug and kiss you, and the people were coming out, and the pastor saw his daughter, which was transsexual. You say transsexual? That's the right word? I don't know. Transgender, and wouldn't hug or kiss him. But the church was cool with it. It's just a pastor because he was a young dude.
He didn't have to kiss him, but just hug.
Hug, right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I'm saying they normally hug and kiss people, women and stuff. Yeah, and then you went back and scolded. How did that feel? Because the black church is where a lot of that fight is. You know what I'm saying?
We wanted to keep it real. Why do you think we took it there? That was part of her real story.
I can see that.
Yeah, but part of my story is I'm in the church. I'm in the most holiest church ever. I'm in Church of God in Christ, and they strictly go by the Bible. And when you get to heaven, it's only going to be Church of God in Christ people up there.
Right.
That's what they think.
Right.
So I've been, since I was a kid, always rationalized about religions.
Right.
It's this religion, that religion. You grew up Baptist, my aunts, and they all going, you got to have Jesus in your life. Well, somebody's got to be wrong. Somebody's got all these different religions. Now I'm growing up to think that it's an inside job. It's between you and the man upstairs, no matter what. No preacher, nobody ever can put you in heaven. Just be a good person. Do unto others as you'd have them do unto you. And then you'll make it all right. So, But that's why we took it to the black church.
And what have you learned about that whole community since you've been working? Because, it has to be an eye-opening situation. You ain't been around it that much, that I don't know.
No, but, I haven't. But that's what's good about it. It's kind of like, let me put it in this scenario. Nobody wanted, all those people that didn't want a black president. What happened?
Well, they got one. They
turned out to be what?
One of the best ones. Right.
Working with Laverne Cox and those third of the people that she insisted on, demanded that they be on the show work. That wasn't just the acting and writing. That's all the way down into building the sets, the electricians. What I learned was that you could see one of the makeup guys with a beard and long hair, boots, and a pink skirt. And but when you come out, you don't know what's going on. You got some crazy shit going on.
Right, you ain't used to that, right?
You ain't used to it, but you know what you find out after working with them?
What? They just like you?
Just like me, doing the job and damn good at it.
Cause I think you have a pink dress. I think I've seen you in one before. Yeah, some boots. Okay.
There's a blue dress.
Oh, I'm sorry, wrong color.
Lady with the blue dress. What was the name of that movie?
No, with Devil with the
Devil with the blue dress on. That's what. Yeah. I'm the devil
Washington,
with the blue dress.
Yeah.
What color dress you like?
I like French dressing. I like Italian dressing. Don't get me like that, bro. Okay.
You good?
Okay, you got me wrong.
Who gives a shit whether y'all got you wrong or not? I don't care if you like dressing. Won't bother me.
Right.
As long as you don't pull my zip.
Right. Woo. But that's because you've been recently working with.
No, it isn't.
You've been like that all the time. You didn't care what kind of dress someone had all the time. Let's be honest.
No,
I know you want to.
There's a poem called "And Then They Came After Me."
Mm-hmm.
They came after the communists. I didn't say nothing because I was not a communist. Mm-hmm. Then they went after the unionists.
Right.
I didn't say nothing because I was not in the union. Then they went after the Jews. I didn't say nothing because I'm not a Jew. I'm not Jewish. And then they came for me. I was the only one there. Nobody to speak up for me. So when you get a chance to speak up for somebody and help somebody, that's my purpose in life is to
Right.
give back and help. So it's always been about love. Like I said, when I wrote The Back of the Bus, growing up in Atlanta, Georgia, I think a lot of people that grew up in Atlanta, there's something different about Atlanta. I cannot explain it to you. But see, we just had our first riot 2 years ago. Something about Atlanta, they have the title of the city, A City Too Busy to Hate. I don't know whether it come from Dr. King, the preacher that's the mayor of the city, what was it? All of the mayors.
Right.
It's something about living in Atlanta. White people, black people, they're attracted to this city.
It's a big melting pot too, though.
It's a big melt. But
Yeah.
today is better than ever. How many, I even joke and tell people, if you want to go to Africa, tell Delta to bring you to Atlanta. Same thing. What's the difference?
Right. That's
You know,
right, yeah.
but that's because people love each other here. And I love this city. And like I said, I live here and I live in New York. New York is a real melting pot. But there's something in me that just love people. I don't care who you are. I don't care where you come
You're
from.
a special person, but I feel like it's taking a hard drag for the black community to accept transgender, homosexuality, more than anything. And is it from a thing of hate?
You are so right. The reason I'm saying you are so right.
Okay.
But that's my job. That's why I'm here. That's why I created the show. People can learn through listening.
Right.
And that's what you were asking me about the show. I learned on that show that they're doing their job. These employees are doing their job no matter who they are. They're doing that. They ain't my business what they do when they get off.
Right, but you're way opener. So what do you say to other people who like, I ain't down with that? They kind of, why do you think why do you think mostly African Americans are more like that than anybody else? Is it because we're painful and we've been through stuff and we traumatized and we've like, you know what, we ain't get no rights, so they shouldn't have no rights? Like, what do you think the reason why we're so slow to the party?
Because you have to listen.
Ooh.
You got to listen and you got to learn. Like I said about President Barack Obama, we don't want no black president, but we listen and we learn this guy ain't that bad. Now we love President Barack Obama. We even had the black lady to run for president. We're listening as we grow, as we mature. So that's what the show is all about. If you watch the show, my cousin called me. He says, George, I didn't even want to watch the show. I didn't know, but I watched the show. And now I don't even know about the transgender thing. I just like the love that you guys are promoting that's happening. And that's what we want to do. People can watch, listen, learn. I like people that are not educated or not prepared to watch the show. Next thing you know, they're smiling. They say it's a lot of crying during the show too, and acceptance, and tolerance, and positive behavior.
Do you think the struggle between blacks and what the LGBT community is similar at all?
I think all discriminatory practices are the same to me.
Okay.
That's George Wallace.
Okay.
That's what I think. And I don't have a problem with it, and I'm living very well. I get along with people everywhere. Just think, when you come to my show, all of my shows, who's in the audience? Young people, old people, black people, white people, hip-hop, gangbangers. I don't give a damn. Come in here and let's laugh.
Right.
Sometimes I have to just stop the show and look around my audience and say, oh my God, look what we're doing right here. People from all walks of life. We're just having fun, and that's what life is all about. That's my purpose on earth, is to give back. Sometimes I think I'm Jesus.
Whoa, easy now.
Yeah, a man of love.
Jesus maybe, but not Jesus.
No, I think, presenting peace, healing the land. We're healing the land with laughter and love. And I can get serious with this.
You're a good ambassador for comedy.
That's what
and
I
for
want to
people.
be ambassador for, not for comedy, ambassador for life. And that's what I teach the young people. Make sure you enjoy your life. Just because you're getting a degree in marketing doesn't mean you got to do statistical analysis the rest of your life. You might enjoy fixing refrigerators, painting cars, whatever it is, whatever your passion is, do it. Don't worry about the money. The money will come.
Right.
I'm teaching young people that. And when you learn to do that, another system you need, not a system, but a trend, you can learn by traveling too.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
if you travel all over the world, you learn other people, you learn other cultures.
Right.
And I say, people, that's one good thing about going to the services. And when you get into services, you learn to travel, you learn other cultures, and you may be going to defend your country, but you do learn a lot. When I've been to every military base in the Pacific realm, and I did something over in Europe, and those guys got to know people. And there's so many black people live in Japan. You won't believe it. Why? They went over, they found a Japanese wife. It's just love. Right. Love has no boundaries.
Right. Speaking of your show, which is fantastic, is Thelma Hopkins. You got her on it. Ooh.
Thelma Hopkins is my Aunt Esther. So like I said, I wanted to do Sanford
Play the
Son.
neighbor, right?
But basically, I just wanted to hear. Let's go back to the beginning. Basically, I just wanted to hear. Did it. Wow. Thank you so much, Mr.
Quincy Jones.
Quincy Jones. And that show makes you feel good if you're not watching the show, but if you just hear the music.
Right.
It's promoting love. Don't you feel good? It'll put a smile on your face.
Yeah, that was a classic show.
Putting a smile on your face, no matter what, through music, you can't even fake a smile without feeling better. As ugly as you are, fake a smile, you'll feel better. Look at you.
I can't smile around you. You give me an instant frown when I see you. As soon as I see you, I just start frowning.
I smile when I see your ass.
I smile when I see you
leaving.
leaving.
Come around the block, I start laughing.
Well, I'll smile when you leave.
Yeah, I hope you do.
Yeah, once you get off the set, I'll be smiling.
That's what my job is. Even when I leave, you still feel good. That George Wallace is crazy.
Man. That episode was funny when you had when she wanted you to watch to watch sports with you, and she got a friend to watch the game.
Listen,
a friend, male friend, right.
Male friend, which is Thelma Hopkins' son. My best friend's son. Right. They've been knowing each other for years. They are in the same boat together. She came out, he didn't.
Right.
But I wanted her to watch sports, she didn't, and so he watched it with me.
He liked Georgia.
Yeah. So we did everything against what I believe to become a better actor.
Right.
Now, you know I'm from Georgia. So I based the show out of Alabama. Here I am wearing an Alabama outfit.
Right.
Why? Because that makes me not me.
Right.
As you know, I didn't use my name on the show. I used another name because
Harry? Is it Harry, I think?
Harry is my name on the show.
Harry.
I used my name because I didn't use my name because you can't be a real actor if you use your own name.
Don't do that. Martin was good. Roseanne was good. I'm about to shut this place down.
How many of them got an Emmy?
Oh, boy, you slinging mud right now, sir.
You can't get an Emmy being yourself. These are some tricks that I've learned by listening and learning.
You hear that, young actors?
I
thought they used their first name but not their last name because they didn't want the like Fox or whatever to own their name. You know what I'm saying? Like Martin Payne. You know, everybody no one has their first and last name in the show. They had their first name, but they won't have their last name because they don't want to own Fox or whoever will own the name. They own the show. They own the name.
But when you get to the Emmy and Oscar awards, they want you to be somebody else. Did you act? Did you act, or were you just doing you?
What celebrity could you play, you think, to get you an Oscar? I say Idi Amin. You look like Idi Amin.
And there was another man named Adid, too. Was
really?
Killing people, yeah.
Oh, really?
And people used to go.
Who could you play? Take that hat. Desmond Tutu. Let me see. That's Desmond Tutu right there, y'all.
I could be Bishop Tutu.
That's it.
I could be Bishop Tutu. I could be a lot of people. I could be Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman. I never liked Morgan Freeman. You know that story.
Right.
Morgan Freeman, all the roles he played, I ran out for all the roles he went out for.
Did you really audition for something?
For Starting with Glory, he got it. I could have played Lean on Me. What was his name?
Yeah.
Lock your doors, Mr. Boris. Lock your doors. Lock your doors. Call 5. Call 5. I could have played Red in Shawshank Redemption. I could have played. What's her name? And Miss Daisy. Hell, I know more about Atlanta. I could have driven her ass around.
You couldn't have played. You couldn't have played an ER as somebody in the morgue laying there dead.
I could do that too, and that's what I want to do. I did a lawyer on SUV. What's it called? Law and Order.
Law and Order.
And people said I could do that. The character I want to play is the meanest man you've ever seen in your life.
Who?
I just want to be a character like that. I want to be a mean police officer, a mean doctor, just mean.
I can see that.
I could do that, yeah. I just don't like you.
Totally opposite for who you really are.
Why are you asking me a question like that?
I'm saying because you're nice and you're playing a mean guy.
No, but I'm asking. But it sounds stupid for you to ask me a question like that.
I ain't asked you a question. I said I didn't ask you. Oh, that's mean. All right, and action. Let's do it again.
You don't even know when people are acting, do you?
That wasn't mean.
That wasn't mean enough.
Thanks for stopping. Hand me your headshot. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, next. Give me a headshot. Thank you. Thanks for coming in.
That's the meanest you can get, right?
Yeah.
I had you going. I had you food for a second.
I thought you was crazy.
Yeah, I am crazy. Nuts. But I love what I do.
I could be mean.
But you know.
Shut the fuck up. Now shut the fuck up or you can get the fuck out of here. I don't play that shit on my show. I'm dead ass serious. Ha ha, funny.
You know
the
what,
fuck
mister?
out of here, man.
You know what, mister? Fuck you.
See, I would have got the part. I would have got the
pretty
part.
cool?
I'd have got the part.
You think we could do that on the show? You know we could do anything, to be honest.
Come on, man. Like frickin' frack, me and you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
want to be frick or you want to be frack?
I don't give a damn which one. I'm gonna
You
get
like
paid.
to be fracked.
I want to be the one to get paid.
I don't care about the money. I just like having fun.
All right. Speaking of which, you're in tune with a lot of young comedians too. So I'm gonna ask you a question.
I hope I can remember this. This is gonna be tough already.
No particular order.
Yeah.
Give me about 5 young comics that you've had your eye on or you noticed making some moves that you
There's a young
enjoy.
guy named Josh Johnson.
He's good. Josh Johnson, right?
There's a guy named DC Youngfly.
DC Young
He
Fly
is
funny.
fucked up.
Yeah, and funny.
DC Youngfly is fucked up.
Yeah,
He could
yeah.
walk in this room right now and I'll
Goddamn,
just
motherfucker. Kind of, yeah.
You got there's a kid named Ron G out in Los
Ron G.
Angeles.
Shout out to Ron G. Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah,
he
he's
does
funny.
chocolate Sundays
There's
every Sunday. Great.
Yamanika Sanders.
The one you call a man, dude, that wasn't cool.
Shut the hell up.
Yes, sir.
There's Khalil McNeil. There's
Who? Khalil McNeil?
Khalil McNeil. You should watch it. There's also Daphne Springs.
Daphne Springs is funny. I did a skit with her. She's very funny.
Man, there's so many young kids.
Well, you in tune with the young.
There's a guy out there. He's killing it. His name is Jason Banks. He's killing it.
Jason Banks? I don't know who that
Yeah.
is.
Ooh, man, they
He
got
does
some young
skits or he
kids.
does stand up?
Both.
Oh, wow. Jason Banks. All right, I got to check him out.
There's some good kids out there, man. You just got to, at night, you just got to get on that TV and just look at the YouTube and pull them up. And then you.
Have you ever done a show with any of these young kids?
I haven't, but I've seen them. I was at the Just for Laughs in Canada. You know who else is funny?
Who?
Light-skinned, tall basketball player, 6'6". Light-skinned. You kind of
What kind of what?
light.
Oh, okay.
You know that's the old signal back in Red Fox days. Back in the-
we in Atlanta.
Blake Griffin.
Oh, come on.
You
As a
gotta see
stand-up?
him. Yes. You got to see him, man.
You being nice, man. He's being nice.
Well, I'm being nice. You asked me a question, didn't you?
Right.
And I answered it, didn't I? Little punk ass.
Right, okay, Blake.
You asked me who I thought was funny.
Right. I saw him on a roast one time, like one of them celebrity roast.
Yeah, did he do okay?
No. Well, yeah, he
You know
did.
who? You speaking of roast? What's that black girl name was on Tom Brady roast? She was good.
Oh
Jay.
yeah, Jay. Yeah, I saw her before. I did a show with her before.
What's her
yeah.
name? Jay.
Just Jay.
Samantha J. Some
yeah,
kind
I
of
ain't
J.
talking about. She's part of the LGBT community
Is
too.
she?
Yeah, she's.
I
Funny,
don't look
yeah.
at that when I'm looking at funny people.
Well, I met her. I talked to her. She's funny. Yeah. And some of her jokes were
I
that
look
way.
at funny people.
Really?
And then you look at all those kids, they will knock you out, and then you will hit a switch, and you'll see Bernie Mac. Whoa!
Right.
Then you're going to town.
I gotta give you credit. I mean, for you to be out here in these streets with these young wolves and stuff and still doing your thing, man, that's great, brother.
You know what? I like it. I like competing. When I go to Los Angeles, I hit that stage with all these new young comics, and they bring me up, and I will lie. I will tell them that I'm 88 years old, and they think I got it going on, and they usually, and I'm talking about them.
Right.
I'm talking about everybody, young people, old people.
Right.
I'm just having fun and then doing new jokes.
Right.
And being honest and just having fun. I am really getting off with working with young people.
Would you say you're in the best stride of your life right now? I mean, the last couple 10 years. I mean, you're financially well.
I tell you
people
about
love
my mountain. What you
Your
do?
what?
My mountain. I'm teaching the young kids. Also, I'm teaching you too about being on the mountain. The
What mountain?
Mountain of comedy. Is it Mount Rushmore?
Oh,
Don't worry about being on Mount Rushmore. Just be on your way up the mountain.
I heard that.
Me and you've been on this mountain problem, but we're still on the mountain.
Right.
We didn't stay down here. We're still on the mountain. And one thing I know about being on top of the mountain,
Right.
a lot of problems on top of the mountain.
Yeah.
We don't know anybody that the best you can be, you have problems. Just because
Yeah.
you're number
Yeah.
one, Richard Pryor,
Yeah.
problems.
Yeah.
John F. Kennedy, problem. Dr. Martin Luther King,
Problem.
problems.
Right.
Doesn't matter. Prince,
Damn.
Michael Jackson.
Is anybody alive with shit? Everybody made him die.
Everybody's number one. Joan Rivers, yeah, I'm saying problems. Oh, I mean they died.
All the greats have passed, and you're still around. Guess you ain't that great. You lucky you ain't that great. You lucky you ain't no mountain. You in the middle of the mountain.
When I die, they're gonna be saying he was much better than people thought he was.
Yeah.
And that's what we're saying about you right now.
Damn.
But I lie for a living.
You sure do. I was thinking about doing a Mount Rushmore of comics, like putting 4 heads on my thing, and this is what I had in mind. Okay, I thought about you, but I was like, I don't know. But here's mine.
I don't want to be on your
Paul
damn
Mooney.
mountain. I just want to be, on the hill.
You on a mountain or something?
Do your
I mean, Paul Mooney,
okay.
George Carlin.
Ooh,
Yeah, I'm going there. Richard
okay.
And last but not least, me.
You always got to say you. If
Goddamn,
you don't think you,
damn right.
If you don't think you always
My
got to
mom will have me on
But
it.
let me tell you what you just did.
Okay, what I just
A lot
did.
of black people are not allowed to do this.
Well, okay, I'm half black.
Most black comics, because of pressure, peer pressure, they're not allowed to say George Carlin
A white person, right.
before Richard Pryor. But George Carlin was a
Beast. Woo!
Whatever you think today,
Right.
read his book, Brain Droppings. He already did it.
Oh, did he?
George Carlin done everything. I thought I was going to do a joke about 20 years ago. They always say stupid stuff on television.
Right.
Operators are standing by.
Right.
George Carlin said, they're not standing.
Right.
They're sitting. Whatever you think, read that book. Just go, man, he already touched it. But he was just good. And he's doing the bit right now about the government got you by the balls.
Yeah.
Everything he did back in the day, you know?
He was tough.
And talking about Mr. Jesus. But somehow he loves you. He wants you. You're going to go to hell, but he needs money.
Right.
George Carlin. Was
You know what? Let me ask you a
Let
question.
me give you my mountain.
Okay, go on. Let's go with it.
Great comedians.
Okay, 4.
George Carlin,
Okay.
Richard Pryor,
Okay.
Muhammad Ali.
Man, get him out. Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Name me a funnier person than Muhammad Ali. Name me a bigger person in the world.
Okay, I'll give you that. Bigger, but
you have never watched Muhammad Ali without laughing. He's never delivered a message, even when he was whooping somebody's ass.
Right.
Say my name.
Right.
People don't call him a great. They don't think of him as a comedian, but he made America better with his laughs.
Oh no, without doubt.
And I might even throw in a standard today and say even Joel Osteen might be a great comedian.
Oh, don't do that. Come on, man.
Listen to me.
You'll get me debarred off. You know, people take me off this damn thing, girl. Don't do that.
Joel Osteen will never. He talks to more people than you do. His television show is bigger than yours.
He sure does, and he lies more than me.
And then I tell you what he does do. I always like to start off with a little funny. Starts off with a joke every Sunday, doesn't it? And that's what we do. When you start off with a joke and people like you, you got them.
Right.
That's your trigger right there.
No. You know something? Been around for so long, and you are so lucky. You are fortunate enough to be able to do black and white audiences or whatever. Do you feel like, I feel like sometimes black people, we can't talk about stuff. Like white comics get to say whatever they want to. A homosexual joke, a religious joke, they don't give a damn. And the crowd laughs. But if a black comic talks about religion or homosexuality or something, even a funny way, it's like, well, I ain't down with it. I ain't gonna laugh at that. What is up with that? White people can talk about whatever the hell they want. Whatever they want. Howard Stern talks about every crazy thing you want to think of. People laugh. Get away with it.
Because they have the gears, they have the keys, they're turning, they do what they want to do. And that gets you back to discriminatory practice again. Also racism, and it gets you to ageism.
Right.
Racism. I was on CBS last Sunday, right?
Okay.
They were talking about Johnny Carson. Mm-hmm. Well, what a punk ass he was.
Okay, why?
Because racist son of a bitch.
He was a racist son of a bitch?
When I did the Tonight Show, my first show was just as good as most people's third Tonight Show.
Okay.
I should have been brought up to the couch. Okay, but I did it 3 times. Never went to the couch, and I always wondered why. After he died, I found out why.
Why?
One of his friends, Bud Robinson, who was Doc Severinsen's manager, said Johnny was never a friend of people of color or women.
Wow.
As you know, whoever all the blacks that did the show back in the day was who? Richard Pryor,
right.
Bill Cosby, Sammy Davis Jr., Flip Wilson. Eddie Murphy did it because he was a part of what? NBC. But otherwise, who other blacks you see go over to the couch as a comedian?
That's true.
And I was with Shirley Hemphill. She had the #1 show in America, What's Happening at the time. I was with her at the Tonight Show. She was #1 guest to go on.
And didn't get to go to the couch.
She got bumped.
Oh, got bumped.
And she said, fuck Johnny Carson as loud as she could while the show was airing. I'll never come back to do this fucking show again. And I was scared because I was with her. I thought I would get bumped
too, right?
But you know, all that time I found out, I said, okay. He told me, he said, well, Bud Robinson told me he was not a fan of us. Even his favorite singer, Joe Williams, I'm giving you some history.
Black. Joe Williams, black, right?
Black, that was his favorite singer. Never made it to the couch. Of 20 years being on the show, never made it to the couch. And the last week Johnny was on, he was going to bring Joe Williams over to the couch. Joe Williams tripped and fell going to the couch. Never made it. Got on the couch and had to say goodnight.
Wow.
Never talked to him. And you know, Dick Gregory always talked about that. He's the first one to do the Tonight Show back with Jack Parr.
Okay.
And Dick Gregory refused to do the show. He said, why? Because y'all don't bring us over to the couch to talk. You never bring a black man over.
I heard that.
And then Jack Parr thought about it. He said, okay, I'll bring you over. That's what got us on the show. So we're dealing with racism. And now I'm of age. Mm-hmm. We're dealing with ageism.
What do you mean? That you're aged out? People think you're too old to do something?
Sometimes people think you do. You know, people are calling now because I got the show.
Right, you got a show.
But you get a little older. But let me tell you something. You'll see when you get a little older, the phone starts ringing. Well, he's older. He's been around. And it's run by young people that don't know what's happening also.
Well, who wants an old banana?
Well, what happened with the Oscars?
Everything's old.
2 weeks ago, there was an Oscar who was on the show, and the white kids turned away from him because they saw another more famous white person that they knew. It was a black guy, too.
I didn't watch the Oscars. Oscars are so white, I don't watch those.
What was it was the Grammys.
Grammys?
It was a Grammy. They were talking to a black singer who made all of these major hits.
Right.
And somebody else came along and they went, and it just embarrassed the guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
He walked away. He says, "Fuck these kids."
I know that's right.
Excuse me for putting a minute out because I still got morning breath. And when you got morning breath at night.
Damn, at night? What's going on with you? Your security guard? Your long day or something?
Well, but I'm protecting you.
Now you are after 45 minutes.
It's a lifesaver.
You see, I've been only exhaling, not inhaling.
In any case, with the ageism, you get up there, and some shows, and some ageism and racism is within our own community.
Right. Yeah.
I'm trying to get on the Breakfast Club.
They won't put you on the Breakfast Club? Well, first of all, you don't get up by that time either.
The Breakfast Club is in my studio. When I was in New York City, 105.1 Magic, and now they're doing it. That's in my studio. Right. I'm trying to get on there, yeah.
You should get on, especially with this show here. Yeah, with this
well, we hope
Slate.
to get on with this show with me and Laverne, and we're doing a lot of stuff together. Laverne and I, they've been very nice to us, the community,
Good.
Everybody, yeah.
Well, I hope it does well. It's a funny show. My friends have saw it. Some females I know, they said they watched it. And they said it's pretty funny. So that's
we're having a lot of men enjoy the show too and learning.
Right. It's on Prime.
It's a Prime Video. Matter of fact, go to Prime Video right now.
Okay.
Type in Prime Video. Prime Video. Type in Prime Video because Prime Video they take it off for a week to see all it do without being advertised. So you type in Prime Video. You type in Clean Slate. Type in Clean Slate Prime Video, and it's going to be a gift. Watch all episodes. A lot of twists and turns. You'll be surprised. You will learn. You will listen. You will laugh. You will love.
There it is right there. Man, again, I'm always happy when you come on the show, even though if you ain't happy, I'm still like dragging you out.
I'm never happy when I come on your show. I don't even know why. I drive through traffic, come down here,
right?
And I drive through this city. This city's pretty great, though. Atlanta's pretty great.
It's growing too fast. No, it's growing too fast. Downtown, you can't find a place to park nowadays in Atlanta.
Well,
you come down to Atlanta, go to downtown, Midtown. You can't find no parking space.
You
got to go to Whole Foods and buy an apple just to stay around there for like 2 or 3 hours.
How about the food in Atlanta? There's just so many, food.
It's not a southern town like it used to be. Now it's all kind of, they mixing stuff. Didn't you say you had ice cream with bacon on it the other day? Like they do too much.
Just you in the South, man. They still got grits.
Right, and you can kiss mine.
The young kids are laughing. They don't even know where that term comes from.
Yeah, they do. But the food is too much fusion
I'm going to tell you about this. I'm just going to be honest with you. You don't have to kiss my grits, but you can kiss my ass.
Damn, no.
That sounds like a...
I'm good. You got too much ass to kiss, all right? Okay.
It is.
Yeah.
Don D.C. Curry, that sound like him, but you can kiss my ass.
When you walk backwards, I hear beep, 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 beep.
I learned that from your mama.
Damn, really? That's how you walked out the house?
Your mama's so black, at night, your grandmama used to say to her, night, night.
Man, I got to end on that. That's some bullshit, but I'm gonna let you have that one.
Your mama's so black, your grandmama used to say to her, night, night. That was her nickname, Night.
You cold. We got it, mother. We got it, Pops.
Night, night.
Well, there it is, man. Give this Negro a round of applause, man.
I'm not true. Make sure you watch the show, Clean Slate. That's the only reason I come out here, so you can watch the show. Go to it right now. We need viewers, okay? Night, night.
She'll watch it. Yo, man, thank you, George Wallace, for blessing me again with another episode of Your Crazy Self, man. It's always beautiful.
Did we do 30 minutes already?
We did an hour, brother.
Are you serious? That's wonderful. I enjoyed you. Thank you so much.
Right.
I want to get on every show. I want to get on the Steve Harvey morning show. That's my goal.
You'll get it.
I ain't been on Steve Harvey in 7 years.
Really?
Somebody call him and tell him that George Wallace wants to be on the Steve Harvey show, especially at this time promoting clean slate.
Slate.
I know you got new guests coming in right now.
Right. It's
because
okay.
because you're a busy man. I really appreciate being on your show with you. And I always have to close with, I'm George Wallace. I love you, and there's absolutely nothing you can do about it. This is the Panic Room.
There it is right there, man. Support George Wallace on his new show. Him and the lovely Laverne
Cox. Wait a second. I haven't talked about her enough.
Oh, damn.
What a wonderful actress she is. You need to watch it.
Right.
And you'll see why she's been nominated for all of these roles.
Right.
No, that's great.
She's fantastic. Just in case my listeners who don't know, how do you spell her last name? I'm just asking. The people might not know how to spell. Okay, look it up. Just Google it.
At the sound of the tone, leave your name and number.
No, you ain't here.
We'll call you back.
All right, we know how to spell it, man. You shout out, y'all. Thank y'all so much, man. Another episode
You're
of
stupid.
Pierre's Panic Room, man. It's all right.
Night.
That's all right. That's all right. George Wallace and Miss Laverne Cox. Okay, on my on.
It took you long enough to catch on.
Right. Watch it on Prime Video if you catch it, man. Get it. Thank y'all so much. I'll holler at y'all later, man. We out of here, man. Peace. So many things are happening too. Let me ask you. Are you familiar?
No, I did not go to a Diddy party.
That's what I'm about to get into.
I know what you was going to ask me. I didn't
I saw that leather jacket, that oil in your back. You got that oil in your back pocket when you came in here.
This is
baby oil. No, you got that baby oil in your back pocket.
That's the Sheen. It's baby oil.
Is that what it is?
Let me tell you something. I hope Puff Daddy gets 30 years.
You hope?
I hope Diddy gets 20 years. I hope Sean Puffy Combs get 40 years. And who else? What's his real name?
That's it, Sean. Yeah.
I hope they all get 30 years.
What?
Because all them parties he didn't invite me, I hope they lock his ass up forever. He could have invited me to one of them damn
Would you
parties.
have went?
Say what?
You heard what I said. Would you have
Hell
slid
yeah, I
your
would have
ass
gone
up
to
in
them
there?
parties, and I would have had a story to tell. News people be all over me right now. And I said, yes, I went, and there was some slipping and sliding going on up in there. I sure would have gone. Yes, I would have. Everybody else went. Why not
You've
me?
been to some parties equal to that, so don't act like it may not have been a Puffy party, but you've been around.
There's something
enough time.
wrong with me. I don't get invited to those parties, those freaky parties, and I want to be a freak so bad. I'm gonna want to be freak.
So on the serious tip, do you think first of all, you think he'll ever get out of jail? That's one.
No, I don't think he'll ever get out of jail.
You think he have enough money to get out of jail?
He don't got enough money to get out of jail.
And how do you feel?
Because he's black.
Wow.
It's kind of like Trump got out of jail. You know he's supposed to be in jail, right?
Right.
He's supposed to be on the bottom of the jail, but they white.
Right.
So.
I hear you. But with Puffy, do you think? The next question would be this: do you think he deserves to be in there forever, rest of his life?
For what he did to ladies, yeah. For what he did to people, and I don't know
what do you think he did to ladies? I'm just asking. What do you think?
But kicking a lady in the head in front of the elevator, that's enough for me right there. You can't do
that. That is a 60-year, that's a forever in jail thing. I know people murder people. I'm not saying he shouldn't get out.
They need to go to jail too, but you don't be kicking no lady in no head.
I hear you.
You know, even if she talked about your mama.
Right.
Yeah.
So the rest of your life you should be in jail if you kick a woman in the head.
No, he didn't only just kick. That was the attitude.
Exactly. Yeah, he was funky with it. I'm just asking before y'all get in the comments. You think she should be free? I'm just thinking because I know some murderers was like what is the time limit?
They should go to murderers should go to jail forever.
Man. You know, if that's the case, damn near all the R&B male artists of the 70s should be in jail. Where they was pie out
I don't
women.
think we should put them in jail, but I think the next time a spaceship go up, their ass need to be on that spaceship. And we'll check on you another 30 years if you're doing all right up there. Damn. Maybe we'll bring you back on the bus.
Damn. You used to dance a little bit on the Puffy songs, right? You know, a couple of intros with Puffy Jaw. Yeah, you know. But I think, yeah. But him and also, R. Kelly need to stay in there forever too?
Yeah, you can't do that to little kids, man.
Right. I hear you.
I'm a decent person.
Right. I hear you. I'm not saying it's an excuse for no, but you know there were times in your generation where there was women having children at 15 and down south and 14.
I don't know how to tell you this. I really in the south. My daddy, my mama must have been 16 when he took her from Albany, Georgia. Right. And it's not only my parents, your parents too. People got married back in the day. They just took the little girl and went away. And,
right.
So what do you call those people? Older people with the young kids, predators?
Pedophiles.
Yeah,
pedophiles, yeah.
So, but that was love back in the day. It's a difference between love and stealing a kid.
Right.
But they left on terms of we're going to get married eventually.
And they said R. Kelly did some foul stuff like raping them women and making them not come outside and peeing in the pots and all that kind of madness.
That's another reason you need to go for peeing on somebody. Of course, I pee on myself a lot.
Damn. Still at this age? You sleep with the Depends?
I do wear the pins. Let me tell you, I had an operation called aquablation.
Aquablation, okay.
And then afterward, that's when they go up and your prostate is enlarged.
Okay.
And the doctor said when you come out, you might have a little leakage.
Right.
So when I travel across the country, I'm going, this ain't bad. They fit just like drawers. Now,
Right.
I should do a commercial for Depends. Okay. Because that case, when I travel a lot, I don't have dirty drawers in my luggage.
Go. That's good stuff.
I be thinking.
I'm going to tell you something. Here, look, quick clue for somebody. 2 things you do if you ever travel. I'm going to give you a little travel tip. If you have 2 bags, 2 pieces of luggage or 2 bags, and you have nice shoes, put one shoe in one bag and one shoe in another luggage. Don't put them together. Because when I say it, they'll still both. They ain't going to still
Okay,
open
let me
up both.
walk now. I got to go.
No,
this is
hold on.
bullshit.
No,
Whatever
man.
you getting ready to say is bullshit.
One more.
Oh, you gonna put one shoe in one bag and one shoe in another bag?
That way,
How old were you when your mind just got up and walked away from your ass? You a stupid son of a
about
bitch.
20 minutes ago.
You don't tell
Right.
me no shit like
That's
that.
what you
Put one-
do.
Why?
Because in case somebody wants to steal something from your luggage, they open the luggage up, they see one shoe, they ain't going to take the one Louis Vuitton shoe. But you wear cheap shit, so it don't matter what you wear. Them
And if
flip-flops
they
and
do
shit,
steal it, you still ain't gonna have but one. You can't wear it.
They're not gonna steal one. That's the whole purpose. They'll steal 2 of them. They see 2 together. That's one clue. Another thing, if you travel, if you have your luggage and you say you've gone somewhere, you're coming back home, put your dirty drawers on top.
I already did that joke. So when they go through your luggage, you go, I got a bomb for your ass. Open up.
Oh wow, I didn't hear that joke, but okay,
I did that joke 20 years ago.
Okay, well I actually do it. I shit on a pair of drawers before I leave.
Don't do that.
And then
Don't say that. I got to go now. Bye, y'all. Don't tell me that.
No, hold on, statement.
Yeah, don't tell me that. I got to go. Let me get my shit and get out of here.
If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.